Welcome to How to Garden. Today, I would like to talk about growing zones. Do you know your zone? Do you know how to find it? Do you know that your grow zone may have changed? Do you know there are two competing systems? There's the USDA grow zone, and there's a Sunset grow zone system. These are completely different systems. And despite the Sunset Zone name, it has nothing to do with when the sun goes down. Hang out, and I'll explain it to you. The first grow zone I want to cover is the USDA grow zone. This mapping system is very simple. It divides the country up into 10 basic zones, which is actually a little misleading because there is a zone 1 through 10, but there's also zone 11 and 12. Fortunately, us here in the United States, we don't have to worry about those. Now, this system was originally published in 1960. It was updated its very first time in 1990, and then again in 2012. Where I'm at now used to be zone 9A. Now it's 9B, but I'm only 2 blocks away from 10A. So that is definitely something I have to consider. And the next time it is updated, we're going to be 10A. With that, it means that I can grow things that I've never dreamed I would be able to grow in this area. It's just that much warmer. I'm growing full tropical fruit trees. I would never have even considered growing several of these trees that I've planted over the last couple of years under any circumstances. But it's warmer, and that just a little bit warmer has made a big difference. So knowing your grow zone, the USDA grow zone is the most common, can make a tremendous difference in knowing a lot of different things. To find your USDA grow zone, you really have two different ways. One is in most seed catalogs. They'll have a general map in there. It's helpful, but you can get more precise. Just go to your favorite web service, Google, Yahoo, whatever, Firefox, don't care. It works for all of them. Just put in the search bar your zip code plus USDA grow zone. It's really easy, and it's going to bring you up a list. You'll be able to easily click on and figure out what your grow zone is. Now, your zip code might be a very large one, and that's where pulling up the map system for your local area gets very helpful. There is other things you can do with that information. One that is very important for those that like to grow vegetables is that they can get their planting schedule. This helps a great deal. Your Master Gardeners program in your state publishes one. You can get a general one that just helps for just the zone, but I recommend you go with the Master Gardeners. There's a Master Gardeners program in every single county in the United States. There is a state-sponsored school here in Florida. It's the University of Florida. They publish a very detailed schedule telling you exactly what plant, exactly what variety. You can grow over 200 varieties of tomatoes here in Florida, but if you plant them at the wrong time, you will fail every time. I see it every year, without a doubt. Hundreds and hundreds of people are on the garden forums. Oh, I bought these tomatoes at Home Depot. I planted them. It's May. Come mid-June, they're dead. It's because I had no idea that they're planting them at the wrong time. This applies to a lot of vegetables here. This applies to knowing when to plant fruit trees. Get your planting schedule. Use your USDA grow zone and just simply look it up. Now there's a whole nother system that is way more in depth than the USDA. See, the USDA, it only really has one factor. That one factor is your minimum temperature. That's it. They don't take anything else into account. There is a competing system. That competing system is called the Sunset Zone. The Sunset Zone is something that is typically more of Western United States. So many gardeners here in the Eastern United States have never even heard of it. It has nothing to do with when your sun goes down. It's actually because of a living home improvement and gardening magazine out of the West Coast called Sunset Magazine. Now, this magazine has spent a lot of resources and a lot of time creating a very, very detailed grow map system. It has 33 different zones in it. It covers things in so much more detail with so many more factors than the USDA that it is very, very useful. But it also changes a lot more because they take into a lot more things. For instance, it has 6 factors instead of 1. It has latitude, elevation, continental air influence, how close you are to the ocean and the influence it has, your local terrain, all kinds of good little other factors that they will put in there as well, but there's really 6 main ones. It comes from the Sunset Magazine. It's a little more difficult to get your hands on. You can still look it up online, but when I was looking them up online, I found that I was finding ones from past years, and I noticed that there is a lot of changes. But it's definitely something to look into. They've taken into account what plants are known to grow in what area, what variety of a particular vegetable or a particular bush. They've done a really good job. Now, like I said, it's more of a Western United States thing, but they have expanded. They've expanded to include all of the United States, most of Canada. It's a little more difficult to get those than it is to get their normal publications, but they can still be found. Or you can subscribe to them. And no, I have no affiliation. I'm just a fan of their Grow Zone. And I found that it is very, very detailed. But if you've got the time, look into it. It's a Sunset Zone. It has nothing to do with when your sun goes down. So if you hear somebody telling you, oh yeah, I know my sunset zone because I know when my sun actually sets, they have no idea what they're talking about. You can get your map from Sunset Magazine. You can find it online. And Go ahead and study it. It's worth your time. Now, things that you can do when you have this type of information, especially if you get into the Master Gardeners programs. Like I said, there's over 200 types of tomatoes that'll grow here in Florida, but if you don't know when to plant them, you will fail. It also goes into other things such as once you get into the Master Gardeners, you know your zone. It goes into what decorative bushes grow well in your area, what fruit trees, what variety of fruit trees, when to plant them. The Master Gardeners have an entire massive library online, free for anybody who wants to sit there and read through it. You can get all that information for free just by knowing your grow zone. So, if you don't know your grow zone, go get it. There's a whole world of information you can get for free just by knowing that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. If you found this useful, hit the thumbs up. You have a great day.
This is how you find your growing zone. First, enter your zip code. This zip code's for the Orlando area. Then add growing zone. This will bring you up a list. You can pan down if you want, find the one you want. I'm going to click on the second one. This clearly says Orlando, Florida is in USDA Hardiness Zone 9B. It's really that simple. Works with all zip codes.